What's going on, guys? Dad Dash here, and I am back with another ride-along, and it's been a while, so I do apologize, but we're back here in Charlestown, the market, my new preferred market. I'm working on a DoorDash order, so didn't get a chance to do my introduction because I got an order so fast, so figured I'd pick the order up and come out and do the introduction once I got on the road to go pick up the order. So we got, just to recap what we've got going on here, we've got a $7 order. We're 8 minutes away from the drop off. It was a McDonald's order, 2 items. I don't really think there's going to be that much extra tip, although the $7 has been a sweet spot in this particular market for extra tip. Normally, what I've noticed about the $7 is it's normally not substantial. They're normally between anywhere from 50 cents to about $3 extra. A lot of times it's a $3 and $7, or $6.50, or it'll be like $9.50. But I think in this case, what we're really looking at here is probably a $7.50, because there will be a $3 base and it will be a $4.50 tip, because this order would qualify under, I believe, the pay scale that DoorDash would throw out there for this type of an order would be $3.50, $4.50, and $5. So, or $5.50, not $5, $5.50. And I believe the customer probably selected $4.50, and then there's a $3 base pay. And I believe that is where we probably are at. And I would bet you that this probably started as a $6.50 order, if not $6.25, and was turned down 3 times. So, anyways, that's where we stand on this thing. I am active on Uber. I'm active on Grubhub. I did get one Grubhub offer, which was really wacky and crazy. It was like $16 to go 13 miles, basically going back home to where I live. I said, I ain't doing that. There's no way. That's a 26-mile round trip to get back here where I want to be. And for $16, that's just not enough. So, anyways, that's where we stand. That's where we're at. We're going to be going for probably about 2 hours, guys. So our goal is to make $50, because we want to generate $25 gross revenue per hour if we're on pace, making the right selections, making the right stuff, making the right picks. So my goal is to generate $50 today. So we'll see how we do. So we've got 7 of that 50. We need $43 more after this order, guys. I will come back and talk to you here in a little bit once I get to the drop-off. And we're talking about some of the things that are going on right now, because as I did mention, this is the first time I've turned the camera on in a long time. You probably have noticed that I've got some videos up, but the most recent video I put up today was from the 2nd of the month. I believe I don't think I've got any more ride-alongs. I've got a couple other things, but this will be the first ride-along we've done. I've been off. There's been some family stuff going on. My dad fell, and there's just been a lot of things I've had to handle, which has kept me off the road and kept me just kind of dashing here and there and turning the apps on. And last night, my son and I went out for a little while. We had a really good, like, 2.5 hour dash. I didn't record, but I made like almost $90 in 2.5 hours. So it was really solid earning period there. I did do a Amazon Flex shift one evening, and that was a mess, because that was the night my father fell, and it was just total chaos as I was trying to figure that out and manage all of that. So, anyways, guys, it's been crazy. I've been, and then I also went out of town too. So, crazy days, crazy times, but I'm looking forward to getting back into the groove. And today is the first step in that. I figured turn the camera on for about 2 hours and see what we can generate. And let's talk, guys. Let's talk about what's going on, because there's a lot going on out in the gig economy that I hear, and we're going to talk about all of it today. All right, guys. Talk to you soon. Be back in a minute, and I'll let you know how this order turned out, if we got any extra tip, and we're good from there. All right, guys. Talk to you soon. All right, Alright guys, Dad Dash back here. So I just made that delivery and drop off, and it went smooth, and I was right. We ended up with $7.50. So I ended up with a 50-cent extra tip there. So I'm getting very, very good at predicting this, and the reason why I have been able to do that is because I, of course, and I recommend all of you do this. This will be our first talking point that we're going to have today. I recommend everyone be a customer of every app that you're going to do, because you need to understand the customer experience, and inside of that customer experience, it's going to give you intelligence on how you can pick orders, how you can know how the tipping system works, and you can kind of understand what you know, if there's a way or things you can do that can help you to generate extra money, and find out, hey, listen, you know, as a customer, how would it work to you know, generate that, you know, what are your opportunities as a customer to increase the tip? Uber gives a lot. That's why I really like working for Uber, because they do a very good job of asking the customer, do you want to, especially if you don't give a tip. Like I've done that before just to test it out, and then I gave a nice tip at the end. But where, you know, you didn't start out giving a very good tip, and then you know, you end up going and you know, at the end they encourage you to give the tip and keep coming back to you and reminding you that, hey, your dasher just did this really good job, or your delivery driver's doing a good job, he got the order to you early. You know, you want to go ahead and reward them, and it's very, very good. And all they have to do is hit a button, and they can switch their tip based on a percentage. Uber does percentages, 15, 20, 25. They recommend it. Now, they'll let you put in a dollar amount if you want, but to do that, you got to hit a couple buttons, which a lot of people don't want to do. You know, remember, if someone's using an app, you can assume that they're looking for a very quick experience. So they're going to pick one of three choices. Now, DoorDash does it differently. For the shorter mile orders, in the shorter dollar figure orders, or the lower dollar figure orders, what they will do, so for instance, say you have that $17 order from McDonald's, those are going to fall in at $3.50, $4.50, $5.50. That's what the customer's going to be presented with. And then you can anticipate the base pay is probably going to start out around $2.25, somewhere between $2.25 and $3, depending on the mileage that you're going to have to travel. And that's how they're going to do the tip. And that's what the customer is going to be presented with. Now, they are also now you're going to know that if you get a no tip, that customer had to go to another screen to do the no tip. So it is very, very intentional. But now on the bigger orders, the bigger mile orders, like say 6 or 7 miles or higher, and the bigger ticket items, they will do 10%. They're going to recommend a 10% tip. So if the order's, say, you know, $65, and you're going to see $5.50, $6.50, and $7.50. If you're getting into a 10 plus more mile, then they're going to recommend normally 20% tip based on the order. So they will actually recommend, because my house is sometimes quite a distance from the restaurant, they'll be recommending, you know, $11, $12, or $13. You know, and that's the offers you're going to get there. Now, you can always change it, of course, as with any of them, if you want to change it or turn it to a no tip or lower it down from what they're offering. But DoorDash is not as aggressive in offering the tips, or, you know, trying to get their people to, or their customers to tip you as much. And I think that's because they know they're charging a lot of fees. So they're trying to offer a tip that they believe isn't going to give sticker shock at the end and make the customer more likely to cancel or look towards another app and say, hey, is there a way I can do it more expensive? Grubhub is better on the fees, especially if you use their monthly service where you pay a flat fee. Their fees are better, and they basically tip on a percentage. Normally they do 15, 18, or 20, and that's normally what it is regardless of order, 15, 18, or 20. Now on the lower dollar orders, Grubhub, that can really mess you over. And now that Grubhub, when they used to give you $6 or $7 or $8 base pay, even on a $2 order for 3 miles, it was looking great. It was $8, $9 for 3 miles. That's a really good order, or 2 miles. But now that they've changed your base pay to go all the way down to as low as $2, that's where you're getting these $4 1 mile, $4, 3 mile orders because they've lowered their base pay. And they do everything on a percentage. That's how they do it. But anyways, guys, that's a little intelligence on that. The order went well. Drop-off was easy. And if you just heard, we just got a Grubhub order. Speaking of the devil, we got a Grubhub order for $17 going 11 miles. And I'm taking it because even though it is 11 miles, it's actually not a bad 11 miles. It's taking it into, it's going to leave me in an area where I'm going to be in very good position to get another order. So I don't mind traveling those miles and leaving it there. So to me, it's really no miles at all. It's $17. You know, those 11 miles are 11 miles. So I'm getting over $1 a mile. It's $3.50 in the afternoon. It's a great offer. That's going to put me at about $24. That's going to put me, if I can finish this within the hour when I started, which was at about 3:30, I can get this done by 4:30. I'm looking at a $24 hour at 3:30 in the afternoon. That's a great revenue generation period. And for up here, this is it. This is how it is. You know, the orders are bigger. So there's a lot more wait time, so you can't be afraid of that. You just got to keep making sure you're picking orders that are strong and strongly priced. All right, guys, I'm going to jump off here. Definitely ran this video time up. I apologize, but I wanted to talk with you about that, go over that for those of you that are not familiar with how the tipping works on these apps. And we'll go from there. All right, guys, talk to you soon. And I will tune back in once I've either picked up the order, or I may wait until I drop it off and go over everything and we'll pick another talking point and discuss. All right, guys, talk to you soon. All right, guys, Dad Dash back here and just completed that order. And it went very smooth. So very smooth drop off. And of course, with Grubhub, we knew what we were getting, $17.93. What I didn't know was what was tip, what was base pay. And for an 11-mile order, I'm sorry to report that Grubhub is only paying $5.93. That is so sad, Grubhub. I don't know what's happened to you. You know, it used to be the driver's app, so to speak, right? I mean, it really was. And they paid that would have been an order that would have gotten a $10 or $11, at least $10 or $11 base pay, plus the $12. You're talking about a $20-something order. There'd have been no problem finding a delivery driver to take that order. Now they've lowered it. Now they've changed their game, and that is a shame. And on the topic of pay, as I promised, we're going to talk about the new, what's going on here is that DoorDash, in a recent ruling, it appears, is going to have to be making pay changes this year. And again, it's the state of California that's driving this, and it's because they're requiring, in the state of California, is requiring that DoorDash have transparency in their pay. In other words, shows the driver the full amount so they can make a fully informed decision. It's about time, because I do not believe it's legal when you're dealing with a contract, and that's what we're getting. We're getting a contract that's being offered to us. It would be like Pepsi Cola saying, Walmart, you know, we're going to show you half of what the amount is you're going to get, and then maybe it might be more, but we'll let you know when we deliver it. That's crazy. No way. Like, you got to have all the figures there, right? Just decide, is this right? And our negotiation tactic is turning it down. And then it gets pushed to another driver. And then that driver decides if it's going to be okay for their business model. If it isn't, it gets renegotiated out. It's going to get pushed up until eventually it meets the market price that's going to allow that order to be completed. That's why I say gig work is literally the purest form of the free market at work. Because we are determining a market for every single order. And that's what DoorDash is doing. DoorDash basically says every order has its own market. They have an idea of what they think it'll go for, but it's going to get bid up. It's going to get bid up based on the people that are out there making order selections. And what DoorDash and the gig apps like to do is they try to meddle. They try to interfere by making the gig business operators out there that are looking at these orders feel like they're employees and like they have an obligation to DoorDash as more than a business partner. And they don't. You do not have any obligation to DoorDash. But I'm hoping all that's going to come to an end. It's really enlightening when you're on the Grubhub platform and you see them send you an order that's $5 for 13 miles or something like that. There's no playing around. Or maybe it's a $10 for 12 miles. I've taken an order like that before. It's like it's there. It's in front of me. You can make other assessments. You understand maybe the miles are a little high, but maybe the miles don't matter, like the order that I just took. It doesn't matter. I believe I'm going to get an order within about 5 minutes of dropping this off, and that $17 order was enough to carry the in-between. But anyways, guys, that's what's going on out there. Put your thoughts, comments on what you think about it. What do you think DoorDash is going to do? Do you think DoorDash will just roll it out in individual states and have literally an issue where based on the state you're living in, you get transparency, some you don't? I think that would be horrible. I think that would be another opportunity for lawsuits. I think DoorDash is going to have to change the pay model and change the game. They're going to have to start being honest, and I think it's going to get real interesting in 2022. All right, guys, we are on the hunt for another order. I'll be back, and we will take on another topic that's going on out there. I'm going to announce that after I get this order of exactly what that will be, and we will take it on after we complete the next order. All right, guys, talk to you real soon. What's going on, guys? Dad Dash back here with a little update. So I got an order. I got back to the main, shopping center of this area, and I got a $7 Panera Bread order, and that was for 3 miles, right around the corner. So I went over there. Of course, there's a little bit of a wait. While I'm waiting, I get a $4.50 Baskin Robbins order, which is right next door, going 1 extra mile. So I said, you know what, normally that low of an order, I know it's a no-tip order or it's a very low tip order, but you know what, it's literally right next door. I had the map out and everything. I'm like, it's right next door to the order I'm going to be dropping off for Panera. So as long as I can get in here, there's a super long drive-through line. As long as I can get in here and get this order quickly, this should all work out in my favor, because that turned the $7 order into $11.50. I believe there's extra tip here. I think this could end up being a $15 order, and then that puts me nearly $10 away from getting the second $25 that I need, and we'll come right in, right where I need to be at. So, guys, I'm going to run in here to Baskin Robbins. Hopefully this order is ready, and I will be back to update you, and we will talk about our next topic as soon as we get done with this order, and we will come through, and that topic is going to be the new Uber Eats feature, where they are offering pit stops, and I'm going to talk about it. It really is awesome. I like it. Uber has done it again, where they've come out with something that really just makes sense. I think I love Uber, the way you can come on anytime you want, and what they've done here with this just makes it really easy to go in and out, and it is going to be an absolutely outstanding way to multi-app ethically. So anyways, stay tuned. We'll talk about it after we get this order done, or these 2 orders done, and we'll talk about that, and I'll go over what I'm talking about here, because you're going to want to know. All right, guys, I am back here. This has been an absolute disaster, okay? I went in here to this Dunkin' Donuts, Baskin Robbins, and I'm telling you, I don't know of one right now that in any of the markets I work in on a regular basis that has their act together, because this place was a disaster. I must have told them like 4 or 5 times that, what my order was, and they would say, oh, okay, and then they go on and do everybody else's order. Now, here's the issue, right? And I'm going to throw up the screenshot, because I have it in there, that I took. And the issue I have is this. DoorDash, I add this order to this, to a Panera Bread order that's ready to go. That's food. That's real food, not drinks, real food. I add it in, and then they don't give me the ability to drop it from a customer service perspective. So then I try to link in with a chat to say, hey, listen, they're ignoring me, and I got food in the car. I can't get a hold of the agent. They don't respond. So I get out of it. I thought for a second they were giving me my order. So I got out of it. Turns out they were giving it to a person who walked in way after me, their order. Then they proceeded to say, oh, hey, what are you again? And I said, I'm DoorDash. I told them what I needed. They then finally went and prepared my order. I was almost contacting support again, but what I've noticed is DoorDash in the app has not changed, and this is concerning to me. They've not changed the delivery time. So I believe they're going to try to hold me accountable for this. This is not my fault. I was way within the drop-off time. I had no problem. And now I'm like 9 minutes away from the customer's house. They're telling me I need to drop it off at 5:11, and I'll put that up. And it is now 5:12 with 7 minutes to go. Now, hopefully I'll be within the 10 minutes, but still, this is frustrating, man. This is not the way it should go. And DoorDash, I logged it. I put in there the order wasn't ready. I mean, we'll see. If I get a contract violation out of this, I will be calling in and I will end my dash. I mean, I know it's kind of cutting my nose off to spite my face, but I'll end my dash and I will work for Uber and Grubhub the rest of the time I'm out tonight. And, it will be very frustrating to see that. Not to mention that the impact this could have on my ratings, because I'm going to be running late. The customer, I'm sure, is aware I picked their food up. I know the app probably told them. And here I am still looking like I'm lingering around. Now, I know the app, I will let you all know, the app does tell them, DoorDash app will tell them, hey, you've got another order in front of you, or Dasher's picking up another order. I know this from my own personal experience with the app. But regardless, this is highly frustrating, and I'm interested to see what the accountability situation is here. If DoorDash is going to actually hold me accountable for Dunkin' Donuts not being ready, and their own chat agents not responding to my SOSs saying, hey, I need help here. I'm trying to get out of this order so I can go get this food delivered on time. And they basically deny me. All right, guys, I'll be back. I wanted to jump in here. I normally wouldn't have, but I had to do this update. I wanted to get this in. And then, of course, when we get done delivering this order, I'll update you on what happens, what the outcome is, whether I end up with a contract violation, and then we will get into the promised topic of talking about Uber Eats and the new feature they've added to their app. All right, guys, thanks for sticking with me. Hit that subscribe button if you made it this far. Like this video, share this video. We're getting into some nice topics today. It's kind of a new format I've been thinking about. I don't know if I can do this all the time because I may run out of things to talk about, but I think it's kind of cool to intersperse topics and talking points while we're dashing, while we're delivering, while we're working, while we're making money. All right, guys, talk to you real soon. What's going on, guys? Dad Dash back here, and that order was a terrible, terrible order. The drop-offs were definitely not as close as they made it out to seem. They said 1 mile. It was about 2 miles away. The original drop-off was supposed to be 3 miles. It turned out to be 5 miles from the restaurant, for like 5.9 miles. And it was just not a good order at all. The value on that order turned out to be, because of the wait, there was a 23-minute wait on between Dunkin's and Panera. So that dragged that order down to like a $16 an hour order, because it almost took the entire hour to do that $13 order. It was really, really bad. Now, on the way there, I picked up a Grubhub order, which will more likely than not be my final order of the day, for $11.22. Sad part is we need a total of let's see here, $11.57. So we're going to come in about 30 cents short of the $50. We're going to come in time-wise a little bit over. So then the 2 hours that I wanted to keep this day to, that's just what it is. So I mean, there's really no way around it. It is what it is. So that's where we're at. I'm heading now to go pick up this Grubhub order. Now, I have kind of made a personal commitment to myself that I have left on Uber. I have left on DoorDash. If I find a better order, although DoorDash right now is... Now, I will also want to comment as well that There was no contract violation, but it was still a disastrous order. So, but I'm going to leave on Uber. So as promised, I promised you guys some information, and some information about a new feature on Uber. So I'm going to this off. I'll show you a screenshot. You're going to notice a little cup of coffee down there. And now you're going to see I just hit a button. I'm taking a screenshot. And what that does is that instantly pauses your dash or your session. And then when you hit it again, it instantly resumes your session. And I'm going to show you the screenshots demonstrating all of that right there in your screen. Should be right up there in the corner. Now, why am I making a big deal about this? Because this is an awesome feature, because what it does is instead of taking you out, instead of taking your prioritization down, it saves your spot. You're still there, right? And I do believe there is on Uber, like when you go in and out, I've noticed sometimes I'm getting orders, and I go out for a minute, turn it off because I get a DoorDash order, and then suddenly Uber goes, what in the heck? This person, you guys, I'll tell you what, you will not believe, this person almost hit me over here at this intersection. And then they're turning right and they put their left blinker on. Wow. Anyways, I digress. I'm not going to talk about other drivers. It is what it is. But that person, I don't know what their deal is today. But they're having a tough driving day. Anyways, what I was saying is it will allow you to jump in and out much easier than having to go in and out and take yourself in and out. And also, what it also does, a nice, cool little feature, is it actually gives you gas stations, coffee shops, places you can stop to get something to eat and refresh yourself, and pops it up on your maps. And then you can actually hit those. And what it will do is it will give you directions to that gas station or to that place to get a bite to eat. So what a nifty, cool little deal there that Uber came up with. It's the little things that sometimes make the difference. And that's just really neat to me that they did that and took the time out to develop that. So kudos to Uber. And check it out, guys. See, has this come? Please put it in the notes. Has this come to your market? And what are you seeing? Do you see the coffee cup? Put it in the notes. If you do, put I see the coffee cup. And that way I'll know that you are seeing it too. All right, guys, I haven't got any orders from Uber. I haven't got any orders from DoorDash. It looks like we are going to go forward with Grubhub, and I am going to, more likely than not, when I get here, turn off Uber, turn off DoorDash, because I'm not going to be able to take another order after this one gets done. I anticipate about a 15-minute journey from the restaurant to drop this off, and then this will keep me in the general vicinity I need to go to for dinner tonight. But I'm going to have to make my way to my dinner and my plans I have for the evening. I'm glad we almost made $50. I always hate it when we're like 20 or 30 cents away. Maybe I'll try to dash along the way, see if there's something I can quickly pick up, because I'm only going to need a couple dollars to push past the $50 mark tonight, which is the bar I set. But anyways, we'll see how it goes. All right, guys, I will be back to update you one more time on everything and let you know how this order goes. That's our last talking point tonight. Join me again, hopefully, maybe tomorrow. I may do another ride along, and we'll talk some more. All right, guys, hope you're enjoying things. Share this video to anybody you think would gain benefit. Like this video to show your support, and also, most importantly, subscribe. Join the network of drivers here. That's right here. And number 4, make a comment. Engage. Let's have a discussion. And let's talk about tips, tricks, strategies, and anything you want to talk about that has to do with being a gig business operator. All right, guys, I'll talk to you soon. Talk to you after I get this order done. What's going on, guys? Dad Dash back here with an update. So, a couple things to update you on. Number 1, drop off went well. Ended up with about a $5.46 tip on this order. This order was great. I mean, in terms of money, it's exactly what we needed. We're still 35 cents shy of $50, but I've got good news in regards to that. And that is, I spoke with my wife. The dinner plans are going to be running a little bit late, so I've got time for probably at least one more order. I don't have to get off the road now till about 6:30, which gives me about 37 minutes to find one more order. Now, of course, obviously, you might say, well, Steve, now you're working 3 hours. Yeah, you're right. So now the pressure is definitely on. I got to find a great order. maybe 2, right? To try to get to that $75, because now the goal just moved up. I'm now being cleared to be on the road till 6:30. It is now 5:53. I am way behind pace. I am, sitting at just under $50, having worked 2.5 hours. The math ain't working in your favor. The pace is slowing down. Okay, I understand. We're going to get back at it. So, our goal right now is to try to find 2 phenomenal orders that will be valued at least $25 in the next 36 minutes. Will we do it? I don't know. But we're going to at least make that $50 we set out for, I think. And we're going to be on the search for a great order. I believe in this market, anything is possible, especially when you have things like Uber working for you. I'm going to go on Instacart. I'm going to see what's there. Maybe Instacart could catch me an order heading in the direction I need to go. This one is definitely not the one. 61 items, 10.1 miles. Don't have time for that. 70 total units. But listen, I have every faith that we can do this, or at least come close. We're going to make a push. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump off here, stop filming, and I'm going to focus on finding an order, and then I will come back, share with you what that order is, and we'll take it from there. All right, guys. Talk to you here shortly. Appreciate you sticking with me. We're getting a little bonus time, and I'll be back hopefully shortly with an order. What's going on, guys? So DoorDash back here. So I did get one more order. It ended up being a Chick-fil-A order for $7, and it turned into a $9 order. So that brought our total for the day over $50, which is a positive. Brought us to actually, I believe it was about $58 and I think about 65 cents. But the back end of this day really destroyed what had been a really solid hourly earning day. Now, I did end up getting a Uber order as I was turning everything off. It was only for $9 for like 5 miles. Still wouldn't have been a bad order to take. I definitely would have considered it, although the restaurant wasn't a strong one because of their wait times. So, anyways, it was a non-issue. I couldn't do it anyways. So, I am calling it right now. This is the end of the drive along, ride along. I'm going to post up next the stats for the evening, and you'll see exactly where we finished. I've still got to, of course, input stuff, but you'll see it next. And I appreciate you coming along. I hope you enjoyed our discussions today, guys. Hit that subscribe button, like, share this video. And, guys, I will be talking to you real soon.